That's a lot to match. All right, I wrote a poem. It's called When the Lid Came Off. When the lid came off, nobody knew what to expect. Nobody expected that they'd have to accept this new, ever-changing world around them. When the lid came off, mothers gasped and children cried for joy while organizations reaped in all of the profit. When the lid came off, the world had changed. Suddenly, Star Wars was no longer an acceptable form of entertainment except for the exceptional and sensational new film with the flashing lights and flashing effects affecting the way we view the movie industry. When the lid came off, suddenly we had to rethink the telephone. Suddenly, not only a device to contact people, but also to explore the world from the comfort of a tiny, tiny screen as we not so suddenly lost contact with what was right in front of us. When the lid came off, childhood was no longer considered to last until you were no longer a child. Childhood became a childish taunt as it was tainted by what flashed on the TV with no reasoning for what was really being seen, this being a scene we often see. When the lid came off, entertainment became romancing a brick wall while everyone was trying to impress with the biggest lights, biggest cameras, biggest action. We didn't realize that we'd become the biggest gluttons for ignoring plot, ignoring character, ignoring the fact that modern storytelling had become a formula. At least, that's what people who ignore the potential see. When the lid came off, seas were suddenly seen to be seemingly shrunk, closer than ever before. We're a button away from any nation in the world, this whirlwind of information coming a bit too fast for those who were there when the lid was on. When the lid came off, lives were saved. New ways of spreading hope and optimism to everyone who once thought not one person shared the same thoughts as them. When the lid came off, what was once a staircase to achieve communication became an elevator, one that will keep rising and has risen above what dauntless daydreamers dream of. When the lid came off, nobody knew what to expect. But what has come of it isn't a bad thing, no matter what the people on these new media released from the jar just happened to say.
And next we will hear from Allie Rowell.